If this is your first time joining me in this journey called resilience, your first time hearing my definitions and context of why I talk about resilience, why I have the website, the book, and the previous episodes on this subject, it's not for applause or for award. It's something that, as many of us have individually, we all have a drive. We all have a desire. We have a hunger to present something of substance, not just over the span of our lives, be it one day or decades of life. Most of us have an inherent intention, drive, desire, and very simply put, a hunger to do something with this thing we've been given called breath, inspiration, life, heartbeat, blood, love. We all have something internally that pushes us, nudges us to do something with this instance. Now, not all of us have taken the time to fully develop that, or from my meek perspective, and not even a perch, a spot in this world, to say we have an opportunity to uncover this, to recover this, maybe first time out to discover it. This thing called resilience. So maybe if you're a returning listener today or a first time into this conversation, I thank you. But this is really will serve as a preview or a prelude into the next few episodes on the definition of nothing in leadership. Now, I know that sounds kind of like alarming or confusing as hell. How are you going to present something on resilience and then further maybe confuse the audience with a definition of nothing in leadership? But stick with me for a few moments today, and if we get more moments, allow me to delve more into why I said this. And hopefully I don't lose you. Hopefully it keeps intriguing you into where we're going with that statement about nothing in leadership. And you probably can presume that means nothing in resilience as well. Now, that's the idea. We'll see if I can get there. But let me know if it doesn't get there for you. But even before we get into the substance and content, I have a lot to talk about on the definition of leadership as nothing or nothing in leadership. Kind of funny, just a few days ago, at one of my trumpet lessons with my instructor, Cesar. And I appreciate his appreciation for my ambition to take on this, what I didn't know as an impossibly difficult instrument to play, and to play clearly, and to play with others in a band or on a band stage. He appreciates my commitment to learning how to do this, even though my bad habits for the past 9 years or so are been pretty much embedded and entrenched. But Cesar has the opportunity and the ability to look past my defaults and to get me on the proper track to do what I said I wanted to do, which is to play beautiful trumpet, jazz trumpet, and with Cesar, Latin trumpet. But anyway, that's a background. When I was talking to Cesar a couple of days ago, even though I expressed a lot of frustration with myself on not learning as quickly as I want to, or to play like Miles and Chet today, I know I'm dreaming way too far behind my capability. But anyway, he saw that and sees that and would tell me another part of wisdom dropped on me. He just would say it. And it is truth. But, my small mind and my limited capability, I had to really step back and take that in the moment. And he said this to me. And this is tied into hopefully this discussion today and the subsequent ones on the definition of nothing in leadership, and hopefully the definition of nothing in resilience. But in this case, talking to Cesar, he was talking about and telling me to play trumpet, to play this instrument properly. He said, he gave me a question. Do you know what you need to do that? Like, yeah, I got to know my notes, got to know how to breathe, got to know how to have air support, got to know how to form my embouchure, got to know how, when to play that note. And definitely in improvisation, I got to know when to do that. He says, no. Those are aspects of it. But he says, what I need to do to play proper, clear trumpet, to perform properly in music, is to do nothing. I was like, you have to be kidding me. I have a lot to do to be able to stand in front of you or stand in front of fellow musicians in class or on an actual live band stage presentation or recital. And you're telling me I need to do nothing or nothing else besides just miraculously play? He said, no, there's no miracle. But then he gave me the context or the analogy, or not analogy, a common experience that we all have. Like since birth. I know it's for me to try to understand and appreciate the simplicity or the nothingness of doing what I'm trying to do and doing what you do from birth or since birth. He was saying, when you're a baby or when a baby is born, do you see how they breathe without hesitation, without stress? They just breathe. And his statement was to emphasize what he told me about breathing in trumpet. Use that image. Use that, not a made-up image. You did that too. Your child did that. Just breathe. Don't add in stress or anxiety about breathing. Hell, we don't actively breathe on our own. That's given to us. And I mentioned for myself in a different episode about these gifts we're given. Not things that we don't have, not things we don't have. The things we are given every single freaking day that you and I do nothing to receive them. Our job is quite simple. To do nothing but accept what we are given in this moment, in this day. Do nothing but accept. And I think that's what Cesar was telling me about my rush to be a great trumpeter. Do nothing and enjoy it. Accept what you have to do what you're trying to do. To accept what you have the capability to do already and not try to shoe in things that don't belong in that journey or on that journey. Do nothing. It applies to trumpet. It applies to leadership. It applies to resilience. Let's continue this conversation should we get a chance to in the next moment. Until then, pay attention, stay present, stay current. It is always 8:20.